please welcome OSU Director of Athletics, Bob DeCarlis.
You're still undefeated. That's why you got the standing ovation, buddy. Hey, it's a great day to be a Beaver. And yes, because you can say that. Baseball team 10-9 over Kansas State today. Women's gymnastics beat Arizona State tonight and scored a 196.275. Women's basketball over Colorado, 66-44. Good stuff. Before we bring up Sue and Bernie, I just want to follow up on that story with Pat Casey. The urban myth of Newburgh is that one day after class, Sue talked to Pat and said, you know, being a math teacher is just not going to work for you. I really think you ought to think about baseball as a career. But as I was reflecting on our relationship with Bernie and Sue, a flood of images came to my mind, and two in particular. One, about 4 years ago, they had an event at their house in the summer. We had about 50 donors there. It was a gorgeous event. It was awesome. And somebody had the great idea of having a team picture on the deck. So we had about 50 people on the deck. And after a while, you started to hear, and the deck collapsed. But it was a great event. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt, and there were no lawsuits. The last image of both of them is when we were playing Cal about 4 years ago, and we were having dinner the Friday night before, and Ed Ray was there. And in the middle of the meal, Bernie all of a sudden got red. His eyes started watering. We didn't know whether he was choking or whether he was having a heart attack. I mean, seriously, we didn't know what was going on. Well, there was a green ball. Bernie thought it was guacamole. Turned out to be wasabi. Anyway, great supporters, as you saw from the videotape. I mean, it's just tremendous what they've done, and thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2015 Martin Chaves Lifetime Achievement recipients, Bernie and Sue McGrath.
Remind us not to come to the podium after Bob DeCarlis is here. I wanted to give the sports report. Anyway, 3 big wins today, right? So that's great. You know, Bob, thank you for that terrific introduction. We really appreciate it. Sue and I want to thank all of you for coming tonight to celebrate. What we're doing is celebrating Oregon State University. All of you have given so much of your time, your talents, your resources to this great institution. So thank you again for your support of Oregon State, the college we all love.
A special welcome is in order tonight for our daughter, Marina, who is here. Marina and I started Vision Capital Management, as you saw in the slideshow, 15 years ago, and we have literally worked in offices next door to each other the entire time. To build the company to a much larger organization with 11 employees and 6 shareholders. And also our grandson, Quinn, who was sitting at our table, and I hope many of you got to meet Quinn.
The only kid here.
Well, there's a couple of others, but he's for sure the youngest at 6th grade. Mm-hmm. And we love having Quinn along. He's our future Beaver, and he actually has braces that are orange and black.
Yeah.
So welcome to them. Bernie's brother Gary and Gary's wife Patty are also here. We really appreciate them making a special effort to be here for this event. And also we have, well, all of you are special friends to us, and we welcome you so much. It's so great when we have these events. I always forget between events, but you go around and you go, oh, wow, this just feels like old home to be around everybody, and you were all kind to come up and say something, and we really appreciate it because we really are honored to be selected for this award. And we also want to congratulate Jim and Harold for their well-deserved awards that they're going to receive a little bit later.
All right, now we're going to get serious. Okay. Because of all of you, Beaver Nation, Oregon State is on the rise. Sue and I call it Beavers Rising. It's been said that any organization doesn't stay stagnant for long, that it's either growing or it's dying. And as Ed Ray said in his State of the University message, the best things are yet to come for Oregon State. And how do we know this? We know this because we have all the best ingredients necessary to make Oregon State a top-notch university. The first ingredient is leadership. No doubt about it. Ed Ray as president of our university, Mike Goodwin as president of the foundation, Kathy Bickle as head of the Alumni Association, and Bob DeCarlos as director of athletics. And there's so many more, we can't list them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have the vision and skills necessary to make Oregon State a highly rated institution.
One of the things, we have this 30-page speech and we're out of order. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. We'll call this it.
Yeah. I told her we should put them in order before we got up here.
One of the things we're really excited about at Oregon State, and it really doesn't matter what order we say this in actually, is the outstanding courses of study and the faculty that we have. We're very, very proud of that. And in part because of the $1 billion campaign that we just completed, OSU has now had the resources to effectively compete for teaching talent, research positions, and staff to carry out wonderful education for our students. And we have several deans are here, and several deans are here, and it was great to see you all, and you all know how much you appreciate the funds and what they're doing for you, and then the ones that aren't here are hopefully moving right ahead. We're setting really high academic standards for the university. We were joking with Quinn about the GPA that he should have to get into Oregon State or another institution, and it's really great to see. One of the examples is Bernie and I had dinner, thanks to Ann and Sastry, a couple of weeks ago with 2 new department heads in the science department, the head of physics and microbiology. And it was great to see how excited they were, really excited that somebody called and recruited them and they could accept positions in Corvallis at Oregon State.
Okay, the next ingredient, and I really think this is an important one, has to do with Oregon State being a safe and friendly campus. OSU has always been rated as one of the most beautiful, safe, and friendly campuses anywhere. In fact, this year one publication rated Corvallis the 3rd best college town in the nation.
That good? Yeah. We're also very proud of our buildings and facilities. Again, a lot because of the campaign. We've been able to build new buildings and renovate older buildings on campus, and we're really thrilled and looking forward to some of the things in the future, such as completely redoing the football athletic facilities in the Valley Center, and projects that all of the deans and colleges have on the drawing board to expand their facilities.
And the final reason we believe Oregon State is on the rise is because of the quality of students we're attracting. In 1997, Oregon State had 14,000 students. Today, we're over 30,000 students strong and growing, more than twice the size. That's something. We're now the largest educational institution in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, like that.
We are also enrolling the most motivated and the highest quality students in the state. Now, this is one statistic I know most all of you have heard before, but I think it needs to be restated, is that 44% of last year's freshman class came to OSU with a 3.75 GPA or better. That's
Yeah, hot on that one. One of the things we've been thinking about is why do students select Oregon State University? So we did a little research. Because we're awesome.
Right
yes,
there.
That's it.
That's on the list.
Well, the reasons are awesomeness for sure. But academic opportunities that we are able to offer students is attracting people from all over, and the reputation of the university is rising. The availability of financial aid is a big factor for students, and parents and relatives' influence. So all of us that are here, the influence we have on our families and our friends and family tradition. And you saw with Bernie's dad having been at Oregon State, and so it kind of follows. Also, when kids are in high school, their friends and peers have a tremendous influence. So we know that's a big one. The perceived ability to get a good job after their education is another good one. And how about this with Oregon State? 70% of our students find positions upon graduation in their field of study. Pretty good? I didn't even have to write that one down because it's all over the airport and everywhere, which is great. And then last but not least, a student's gut feeling from a campus visit or from correspondence from a university is a big factor. So, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that, getting a hold of the high school students, especially in the state.
And there's one other factor you might consider. As former high school teachers, Sue and I observed that successful athletic programs really get students excited. Outstanding student athletes and winning athletic programs impact students' choices for college. It has been widely known that athletics is an important marketing gateway to a university. We agree with the quote from Devin and Jaron Pope's research that states, not surprisingly, success within an athletic department can positively impact the institution's overall reputation and lead to higher numbers and calibers of undergraduate applications. Athletics is a complement to a school's academic mission.
Even before we saw that research, to support the premise, we chose to put most of our time, energy, and resources toward athletic projects at Oregon State. We've been involved, as you saw on the slides, with helping with Goss Stadium, but we've also contributed to football programs and funds for coaches and other sports as well, including golf, for example.
Currently, OSU's athletic department is raising funds to enlarge and remodel the Valley Football Center. This 25-year-old structure is no longer functional for a growing football program. We hope that you will unite with us in supporting this project.
All right, okay, I'll come back to that one.
Yeah, well, Bob DeCarlos would like that one.
So we know everybody here already participates, and any one of you could have this award because so many of you are contributing, digging deep into your pockets for money and time and effort. But if you know people who aren't involved, I think it'd be fair to say that we know that our lives are the ones that are richer for the effort, more than the people who received it.
So join us in the rise of Beaver Nation. It's a great time to be a Beaver.
Go Beavs!